Also, for Republicans across the state, his challenger, Molly Kelly, does not see it that way. WMUR's Mike Cherry is live at her campaign headquarters in Manchester tonight. Mike?
Hey, Gene. Yeah, we are live at the Puritan Conference Center here in Manchester, and there's no question that Molly Kelly is the underdog against incumbent Governor Chris Sununu. But tonight, Kelly tells us that she is very confident in the campaign that she and her team have run. Now, earlier today, our cameras caught up with Kelly as she cast her vote at the polling site in Harrisville. Kelly has built her platform on improving children's education and paid family leave. And after all the handshakes, after all the door-to-door visits, Kelly is confident that she has left no stone unturned.
When you campaign, you get to go all over New Hampshire. You meet incredible people. It gave me an opportunity to really listen to people and to hear what's important to them. And I think what I believe is that what my values are and my message is resonating with the voters, and it has been very energizing, very supportive.
Now, Kelly has also used a strategy that has been very popular amongst Democrats during this election, and that is finding common parallels between her Republican opponent and a very polarizing president. Now it's just a matter of waiting to see whether or not that resonates at the polls. Reporting live in Manchester, Mike Cherry, WMUR News 9.
The senator also said he believes and he's proud that his campaign was a positive one, saying that his challenger ran negative ads. Now, WMUR's Mike Cherry is standing by at challenger Democrat Molly Kelly's headquarters in Manchester tonight. Mike?
Yeah, we are live at the Puritan Conference Center here in Manchester, and that stage right behind me is where later on tonight, Governor hopeful Molly Kelly hopes to address her constituents as governor-elect. Now, earlier today, our cameras caught up with Kelly as she cast her vote in Harrisville this morning. Kelly knows she's in a tough fight, taking on incumbent Governor Chris Sununu, but she's used to battling the odds. A working single mother of 3, Kelly put herself through grad school at Keene State College, and after serving 5 terms in the state Senate, Kelly has made education and paid family leave her primary platform.
We need to make sure that state leadership is strong. It's more important now than ever, and so we need to make sure that every child, no matter where they live, where they're born, and what their parents' income is, has an education. We need to be able to move forward.
Now, Kelly says that she has embraced canvassing up and down New Hampshire during her campaign, and she believes that her values have resonated with New Hampshire voters. Reporting live in Manchester, Mike Cherry, WMUR News 9.
Okay, Mike, thanks.
At noon, 12 people dead after a gunman opens fire at a Southern California bar packed with college students. Plus, reaction from New Hampshire. We're live at the Emergency Management Center about protecting Granite Staters.
For most, it's a good deal of sunshine today, but another system approaches. What effect it has on the weekend with the timeline ahead.
And a traumatic experience for one woman at Lake Winnipesaukee when her dog is electrocuted. What she did to try and save her.
No one covers New Hampshire like we do. WMUR News 9 at noon starts now.
And we begin with breaking news. We are learning more about the shooter who opened fire inside a California bar. Good afternoon, I'm Mike Cherry. 12 people were murdered, including a sheriff's deputy. Let's get straight to ABC's Natalie Brunell, who is live in Thousand Oaks, California.
Live in Thousand Oaks, California, Natalie Brunell, ABC News. Now back to you.
Now, word of the tragedy in California quickly spread to New Hampshire's Homeland Security officials and local police. WMUR's Andy Hirschberger continues our coverage with that live from Concord.
Andy Hirschberger, WMUR News 9.
Andy, thank you for that live report, and you can turn to the WMUR News 9 app for more on this breaking news. Turn push alerts on to know the moment there are breaking stories just like this. A woman is recovering after she was shocked by electricity running through water in Laconia. She was walking her 13-year-old black lab named Bella near some docks when the dog jumped in the water for a swim and was electrocuted. Max McCullough says his girlfriend ran in after Bella. She was also shocked, but did survive.
My girlfriend didn't know where the dog went.
In a statement to News 9, Eversource says the hazard was caused by customer-owned equipment. The company cut power to a set of private docks and a light pole, but has since restored power and deemed the area safe. With the holidays coming up quickly, the mayor of Lawrence, Massachusetts is making sure everyone in the Merrimack Valley who was affected by the gas line disaster gets a Thanksgiving dinner this year. Columbia Gas pushed back the deadline for restoring gas service to all customers. That's till December 16th. The company will provide 20,000 hot meals to those displaced on Thanksgiving. And right now, more than 7,000 people are still living in temporary shelters. Well, we've got some pretty bright skies out there as you check out a live look in Portsmouth. Great stuff. But Kevin, well, it kind of sounds like this might be our last full day of sunshine.
Yeah, we have another system eventually approaching, and that system right now does look like it's going to bring another area of heavy rain into our region. And
all right, thanks, Kevin. And today, more than 300 scarves are hanging on the fences at trees at Manchester's Veterans Park. Members of Auburn's Longmeadow Congregational Church spent all yesterday morning leaving items there that they've knitted over the last year. Anyone is welcome to take one, particularly those who have no place to live.
We just want to spread a little bit of warmth and a little bit of love in the world, and just to bring some awareness that the fact is that there are people who are living on the streets or who are living in difficult situations.
This is the fourth year that church members have been involved in this project. They also take bags of scarves to the New Horizons shelter. Changes at the Justice Department are right now leading to questions about the Russia probe. Coming up, how Jeff Sessions' replacement as Attorney General could impact Robert Mueller's investigation. And talk about a traffic nightmare. How long people were stuck in Boston traffic thanks to that crash. Plus, in Positive Parenting, we'll take a closer look at bullying, what it is, and what you can do if it's happening to your child. Welcome back. Jeff Sessions is out at the Justice Department after being fired by the president. His acting replacement, Matthew Whitaker, who has been openly critical of the Russia investigation. And that has many people wondering what happens to Special Counsel Robert Mueller now. ABC's Janae Norman has the story from Washington. Welcome back. We've got breaking news now from Nashville, where emergency crews are on the scene of a crash into a building. Authorities say a car went into the dining room of the Country Tavern restaurant. We do not know at this point if there are any injuries or the extent of the damage. Switching gears now, Star Trek fans now have the chance to live in a house that was featured on the beloved sci-fi show. This Malibu home providing the setting for an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation. The 4-bedroom home sits on 2 acres of land, features a 10-car garage, a rose garden, and stunning ocean views. The home currently listed at $5.7 million. Beam us up in there, huh?
Mm-hmm. Did you grow the pointy ears when you lived there?
Oh, done. Consider it done. How about a last look outside?
Yeah.
No one covers New Hampshire like we do. WMUR News 9 at 5 starts now.
And new details tonight about a deadly crash in Nashua.
2 people were killed in that crash that nearly split the car in 2. Another person is still being treated tonight in a Boston hospital. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Jean Mackin.
And I'm Mike Cherry. What exactly happened is right now still under investigation. WMUR's Andy Hirschberger is live at the scene in Nashua. Andy.
Commitment 2018 coverage now, and we are less than 24 hours from the first polls opening for the midterm elections.
That's right, and candidates are hitting the campaign trail to make their final push to voters. Granite Staters will decide on a number of races, including who will hold the corner office at the State House. We have live team coverage tonight, starting with WMUR's Amy Covino on the governor's race. Amy. All right, thank you so much, Adam. Meanwhile, Congresswoman Annie Kuster and challenger Steve Negron have been on the road all day, making stops throughout the 2nd Congressional District. WMUR's Mike Cronin is live now from Peterborough with a look at that race. Mike. And, of course, voters keeping their eyes on the weather. What's it going to look like out there tomorrow, Mike?
Yeah, well, it's so soggy right now. It's miserable, and the rain chances increase as we go.
No one covers New Hampshire like we do. WMUR News 9 at 5:30 starts now.
And right now, traffic is being forced to go around a bridge that was washed out after several days of heavy rain in Hillsborough. Welcome back. I'm Mike Cherry.
And I'm Jean Mackin. The bridge is in the Emerald Lake Village, and it will be closed until further notice.
WMUR's Kristen Carosa has more now on how it's impacting the area.
A little bit.
All right, thanks, Mike. Well, they aren't old enough to vote in the midterm election, but dozens of Granite State 5th graders cast their ballots today in the kids' governor election, that is. It is the 8th time that the New Hampshire Institute of Politics has hosted the event. The students learned about how the democratic process works and delivered a message for grown-ups who are on the fence about voting tomorrow.
It's important that you have a say in what you're standing up for, because it may be in the end that your voice is what counts.
This feels right to vote.
That's good advice right there. 250 children from 6 different schools around Manchester participated. We now know the name of the New Hampshire man killed in a crash in Chelmsford, Massachusetts. 63-year-old Kenneth Rossi of Bristol crashed on Route 3 near exit 30 around 5 last night. State police say the car drove off the right side of the highway and into some water. Rossi was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Investigators believe the crash may have been caused by a medical issue. And a Belmont man was airlifted to a hospital after police say he stepped in front of a moving car on Route 106. Police say the 24-year-old was thrown several feet when he was hit by a car going 50 miles per hour late Saturday night. Investigators believe the man who was hit had been drinking. The driver of the car is not facing any charges.
No one covers New Hampshire like we do. WMUR News 9 at 5:30 starts.
And right now we are tracking some wintry weather that is heading our way.
Yeah, here's a live look in Colebrook where the rain's already falling tonight. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Jean Mackin.
And I'm Mike Cherry. The northern part of the state is expecting to deal with several inches of snow.
Let's get right over to Chief Meteorologist.
Well, call it one small bite for man, one giant leaf for mankind.
The Grow Your Own movement reaching outer space. NASA astronauts aboard the International Space Station harvested their own romaine lettuce to celebrate this giant success. They tweeted out a picture of the goods. The experiment is seen as a crucial step in the path to traveling to Mars and beyond. Cheers with the romaine lettuce there.
You think they'll let us know what they made?
I think
or will they just leave us hanging?
That too. All right, it's a find that one landlord was not expecting.
Coming up, the reptile that greeted him while trying to evict a tenant.
5. The president's administration is putting new pressure on Iran, and coming up, the major impact reimposed sanctions could have on one country and why 8 nations were temporarily spared.
Plus, shipping with FedEx is about to get more expensive while the company is raising prices yet again. Say the test went perfectly.
Good to hear. And take a look at this new way to get around one California high school students designed and built that cart for the school resource officer.
Yeah, they call it the Cop Cart, and it came together in that school's auto shop with the resource officer offering suggestions on where to put lights and other features.
I think it's amazing. It's great. It's a great opportunity.
Put a lot of time and effort into it, and I think all of us did a great job.
Anytime that we can take young people, young students, and get them interacting with law enforcement on a positive note, we succeed.
Now, that deputy says the battery-powered cart is helping him move around campus much more quickly. And we're going to get one for you. We're going to call it the Gene Machine.
I hope they love it, but I want those flashing lights because those are pretty cool. All right, we're going to end with a picture looking out over Manchester tonight. Nice night out there.
Have a good one.
News starts now.
And we begin with breaking news this noon. President Trump has signed a proclamation to deny asylum to immigrants trying to enter the U.S. illegally through the Mexico border. Good afternoon. I'm Mike Cherry. The president signing that proclamation just hours ago. This comes as a migrant caravan of Central Americans makes its way toward the U.S.-Mexico border. Officials say the measure is meant to funnel asylum seekers through official border crossings. President Trump is using the same powers he used to push through a version of the travel ban, which was upheld by the Supreme Court earlier this year. All right, turning now to weather, let's take a live look outside in Concord. We've already got some clouds moving in ahead of some wet weather, and the rain could start in time to affect the evening commute. Let's get to meteorologist Kevin Skrupa with the hour-by-hour breakdown.
Yeah, it has.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, right now, strong winds across the state of California, fueling 3 major wildfires, forcing tens of thousands of residents out of their homes. The flames exploding overnight, growing at a rate of 80 football fields per minute. You can see exactly how big it is right there. ABC's Natalie Brunell reports from LA County. Welcome back. Remember the story about this mandarin duck that was spotted in Central Park last month? Well, a couple of days ago, disappeared. But now, it's back. The duck is native to Asia and has been attracting a lot of attention. Rangers are not sure how it got to New York, but they say they will not attempt to capture it unless they notice that it's injured or needs care.
Yes.
It's very happy where it is.
Yeah, a very popular duck.
Yes, and I think ducks around the area are going to be very happy with the weather tonight here in the southern half of the state. As we continue on with more rainfall, your 7-day forecast shows 40s this afternoon. Some light rain starting to develop, give or take the evening commute. And then it gets heavier either side of midnight tonight before wrapping up tomorrow morning. Gusty winds tomorrow afternoon, and then sunshine, but chilly conditions for Sunday.
All right, sounds good. And starting tonight at 5. Tens of thousands of vehicles now being recalled by Subaru. The problem that could cause your car to stall. Plus, the major transformation being made to a popular venue. That does it for us. Have a great afternoon, everybody.